Cherargei, your time is up. Senator Onyonka.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have extremely wonderful accolades for my brother Cherargei. Only that his comments in this House have what I call selective responsibility. Mr. Cherargei comfortably criticizes President Uhuru Kenyatta as not having done much, and yet, Mr. Speaker, President Uhuru Kenyatta President William Ruto was President Uhuru Kenyatta Vice President for 10 years. You are the same people who are enjoying the roads being given to your areas where the opposition must never get services because we are behaving badly. But Mr. Speaker, let me get back to the matter on this roads bill. The truth is, if Kenyan leadership would be honest, this is an issue that should never raise controversy. The reason for that is that all of us wish and hope that all our regions should receive development equitably and equally. Historical injustices which have happened have made some of us take positions which are very uncomfortable, Mr. Speaker, on some of these matters. Why? Because we are always selective. We are always selective. So long as our area has got leadership, particularly the presidency, and the presidency does all the roads he wants to do in our area, it is actually okay for those other areas in Kenya not to get their roads. And Mr. Speaker, this is the greatest controversy about us as a people, that when we are fighting to share the national resources and the national cake, what we do, Mr. Speaker, we internalize that. We actually go tribal, we go communal, we even go up to the ward level. But when you are talking about national equity, nobody wants to talk about that. And yet, it is because of these inequitable levels of development and growth that have taken place in our country for the last 60 years. And that is why you have, whether it is the county, the sub-county, whether it is our own nation state. That is why our brothers in the north have never felt that they were Kenyan. And yet we act as if this is a matter that cannot be discussed. And yet in reality, when you are trying to solve the problem of this inequity so that you can then give our brothers in the north resources for them to catch up with the rest of Kenya, what do you find? That our leadership from those areas is as insensitive as the national leadership is. That Kenyans have a common trait, that for us, when the winner takes it, the winner should always take it all. Mr. Speaker, the reality is all these roads have been the problem. And the truth in this House, we don't talk about it, Mr. Speaker. Why are we always fighting about the roads? That is where there are low-lying fruits. That's where the corruption is beautiful. That is where we share the corruption equitably. That is where those in power and those who are managing our resources sit down and agree which company will be given the roads. Until the other day, Mr. Speaker, you saw where a kilometer of road in Kenya is costing 1 billion shillings to do. And that is normal. And when we are talking about, like the other day I was driving on this road being done, and I congratulate my brother Cherargei. Please, when you mention to the president, tell him we appreciate the little he's done, we appreciate. But when you talk about that he has done more roads than anybody else, you are lying in this House. That's why I want you to come and substantiate. That is why I would want you, Mr. Speaker, to allow Mr. Cherargei to come and give me how many roads have been done. Mr. Speaker, I apologize by not saying the truth. You didn't lie. You didn't say the truth. Mislead the House. Thank you, my brother. I would like to say, Mr. Speaker, that I would like Honorable Cherargei to come here tomorrow and look. Don't talk about the 47 counties. I want him to do only 4 counties. Kisii, he can do Kericho, Nandi, he does Makueni, and he does, which one can we pick? Any. And you will realize that the trend is literally the same. That in Kisii County, when Chris Obure was the Minister for Finance, it is true, he did more tarmac roads in Bobasi than any other Kisii area. It is true that when the Director of Roads in Kenya was from Kisii, and he came from Bonchari. Bonchari got more tarmac roads than anywhere else in Kisii. And yet in Kitutu Chache, where I come from, when those two men and gentlemen were working in government, I didn't receive a single kilometer, and I was an MP. And I fought every day. So I'm trying to persuade my brother, Mr. Speaker Cherargei, that sometimes you need to look at the other side what we say. You need to understand why we keep on making the noise. It's not that we don't like the president. No, we respect him. We respect the office. But what we are saying, if you are giving one constituency in Kisii 200 kilometers of tarmac road, and there are 9 constituencies, which equity have you given? And yet you are using Kisii as the GPS point. That inequity, that unfairness, that aspect of our underdevelopment is what we must deal with. This bill that is being discussed.
Senator Cherargei and Senator Joyce Korir, you know how to catch the speakers. I don't make noise. If you want to intervene, do what is appropriate.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for protecting me. I swear I think I'm making a lot of sense. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable, my colleague Cherargei, I would like to persuade you lastly. We want this country to develop equitably, fairly, and responsibly. We want this country, yes, when you are going to bring the sovereign fund, which is going to do for infrastructure, we don't want you to tell us that the controller budget cannot remit payments to whoever that has won the contract. We are not saying we don't want development. We are saying do it responsibly, do it within the law, so that you eliminate any accusation of corruption. Because the problem our country is having is not that we are not spending money for development. No, we are doing it, but at 10 times the price. And that is the cost of production in terms of corruption. So we are saying, please tell the president. Now, you see he has done this wonderful thing you've said. Can he now bring down the cost of constructing a road? And he does a road for 1 billion shillings at 20 million. We see how much it costs. So I would like to say, Mr. Speaker, that this bill is a good bill, and this bill will go a long way to solve the issues which affect the national government and the county governments. And we've been asking and begging, and I hope that this House will deliberate and come to conclusions which are reasonable and fair, so that Kenyans can have fair and equitable development and growth, so that all of us can be happy, so that we make Cherargei happy. Thank you, Mr. Speaker,
Senator
for
Onyonka,
giving me so
take
many.
Your seat, Senator Onyonka, just to remind you that whenever you're making contributions or address the chair, don't address the individual senators. And similarly, Senator Cherargei, I believe you are gadgeting.